Thanks for stopping by Pete's Garage. I recently had a leaky tire situation that I had to fix, and I want to share with you in case you run into a similar situation. And the question is, should you use a plug kit or Fix-A-Flat, and can you use both? Actually, the real question is, what happens inside the tire when you use a plug kit? And what happens when you spray Fix-A-Flat inside the tire? What does it do to the inside of the tire as well? That's an important part of this fix. So I had a tire that had a slow leak, and by slow leak I mean overnight. Sometimes it wouldn't lose any pressure, sometimes it would lose 10 pounds of pressure, and it was very frustrating. I looked through the whole tire, I couldn't find anything in the tire. It was frustrating. So I took it off and tested it, and I actually found that in the side of the tire, or actually in the tread, there was a piece of it looked like the corner of like a box cutter blade, and it was in the tire sitting flush. And it was leaking there, but depending on where you parked the car, where the tire ended up or where that piece ended up, whether it leaked or not. So it was a slit, not a hole, not like a bolt through the tire. So that was very different. Now, if you have a tire that's leaking and needs to be repaired, if the bolt or whatever is in there causing the leak is in the center of the tread, which is the middle part of the tire, you could take it to a tire shop, they'll take it off, they'll repair from the inside, which is the best way to do it. If the bolt or whatever is causing the leak is in the 15% zone, which is the just outside of the tread, right here on the edge on either side, just above the shoulder or the sidewall, the shop won't repair it. And the reason is because the tread of the tire, when it's made, the tread comes over to about just over the edge of the tire, and the sidewall of the tire comes up and it overlays underneath the tread, and the plies are on the inside. The reason they will not fix a leak or something that's on this side of the tread right here, they won't fix it because they're worried that if there's a leak and the sidewall separates from the tread and the ply on the inside, and you go around a curve, this is where most of the load of the tire is taken up. When you go around a curve, the side of the tire, this is where all the loading is. If that separates, the tire could blow out, and they don't want to be responsible for a repair on a tire, having it blow up, and then you get a lawsuit. That's why they will not fix something that's outside of the center tread. Now, this is a Goodyear Assurance all-season tire. Probably one of the most common all-season tires that Goodyear makes. And since it couldn't be fixed on the outside here, I had to get a new tire. I called the shop. I said, I need a new tire. Where I got the tires from, I need a new tire. They looked on the computer and they said they don't have any in stock. Not only that, they didn't even have a delivery date from the supplier when they could get one. They searched their entire system. So I called a Goodyear store. I said, I need to make an appointment to have a tire replaced. He said, okay, he made the appointment. He said he didn't have the tire in stock, but he could have it in 4 days. I get a phone call 4 days later, not even, I get a phone call 30 minutes later. The guy calls me back and says, hey, look, can't find this tire anywhere in this system, and they have no delivery date from the manufacturer. They don't even know when it's going to be made again. And it's such a common tire, it really blew my mind. He said, try and find one. If you want, we can put it on. So I live in New York, Buffalo, New York, outside of Buffalo, New York. I found one Goodyear Assurance all-season tire in a Walmart in San Diego. And I wanted to have matching tires. I had no choice. It was the same price as it would be here, and it had free shipping. So I ordered a tire. The problem was it was going to take a few days to get, so I had no choice. I had to fix this tire because I'm not driving around in a Buffalo winter with the little donut spare on there. I couldn't do it. I had to fix this tire, so this is what I did. Now, the first thing I did is I put a plug in the tire. And here's the plug right here. This is where the whole leak was. Since there was a slit, meaning it was a long cut, it was not just a hole, I pulled out the piece of metal and I put a plug in there. Followed directions. The directions are on the back, pretty easy to follow. Followed the directions, plugged it, and since it was wider than these plugs, it still leaked around the outside. And I had no choice, so I had to put in the Fix-A-Flat. Now, the Fix-A-Flat, followed the directions on this. This does work well. This is what it looks like on the inside of the tire with the plug. The plug just goes in and it leaves some material on the inside, and then you just cut it flush on the outside. But it still leaked, so I had to use Fix-A-Flat. follow the directions on Fix-A-Flat because the tire has to be fairly low in order for this to work. But when you spray the Fix-A-Flat inside your tire, it's going to spray a thick, sticky substance that remains liquid. As you can see in this picture, it just puddles when you stand still, and that material just rolls around and it finds wherever the air is leaking, and it fills the gap and it stops the leak. The problem with Fix-A-Flat is if you have, as most cars do now, they have the tire pressure monitoring system where it monitors pressure, and if your sensor has a hole in it where it monitors the pressure from, the Fix-A-Flat can clog those holes. You won't get a good reading, and sometimes you have to end up replacing a sensor if you use Fix-A-Flat. So be aware, if you do use this, it can build up on the inside of the tire, cause problems. Not only that, when it builds up on the inside of the rim, when you go to have your tire changed, they're not going to clean it off because it's super sticky. It really is sticky. So when you use Fix-A-Flat, be aware of that. If you want to have the tire changed as quick as possible, if you do this so that you don't clog up your the sensor inside the tire. This doesn't cure, it doesn't dry, it just stays liquid inside the tire. Now, so I used both. It was leaking, I put the Fix-A-Flat in, put the hole down on the bottom so the Fix-A-Flat would go in there, and it sealed it up, and it carried me for the 6 or 7 days that I needed until I got the tire and was able to change it. So you can use both. You can put a plug in. If the plug doesn't work, use the Fix-A-Flat, and that will help stop a leak, and it worked for me. Like I said, it lasted for at least 6 days. So now, not only do I carry a plug kit in my car, I also carry a can of Fix-A-Flat, because if you have a slice in your tire, the plug kit is simply not going to do it. Adding Fix-A-Flat did fix it, and I think it was good for 6 days. It would probably be good for, I don't know, could be good for 30, could last a year, I don't know. But it's at least something that you can use to get a temporary repair or semi-permanent repair, let's call it that, until you can get a new tire. It will carry you for several days like it did for me. This is a 20-inch tire on a heavy vehicle, so there is a lot of loading on there, and it did work. So don't be afraid to use both. You can use both. Try your plug kit first, try Fix-A-Flat, whatever you want to do. But yes, you can use them together. They will work, and in this situation, when I used both of them, it fixed the flat. Now, I hope that helps you out. I recommend carrying this stuff with you so you fix a flat on the side of the tire, especially if you don't have a spare or a donut. Luckily, with this fixed, my plan is to get a rim and use this as a full-size spare instead of having that donut. Now I'll have a full-size spare to use instead of the donut. So carry this stuff around with you. It's a big help. Thanks for stopping by Pete's Garage.